Hello everyone and welcome to Battle of the Beasts episode... Why can't I remember this? Episode number 60. I'm your host Adam Ferns, and this time in the second battle of round 3 we have Silver, the Wild Terror, versus Serpio, the Slithering Shadow. Now, a bit of stats for you guys. Serpio is a larger beast, being serpentine, and serpentine beasts are very large. Silver was the largest beast in round 1, definitely. Round 2, I think he was. Hold on. Yeah, definitely. Vipero is way too small for Silver. So Silver was the largest beast in round 1 and 2. To his opponents, anyway. Not this time, though. And for previous wins, Silver was the slayer of Trillion in round 1, in the very first episode, actually. And Vipero in round 2. And Serpio's Serpio's victims was Tecton in round 1, and who was it? Slivka in round 2. Really, Slivka? Okay. I'm not even gonna argue about that. I'm not gonna argue because honestly, I'm not a big fan of Slivka. So yeah, Silver and Serpio. They both took down they each took down a good beast and a mediocre beast. So that's, what do you want me to say? So where do I start? Yeah. So it goes without saying, as they're two isolated beasts, their battlefield's going to be ice related, and so I'm thinking of an icy terrain with some rocks. The ground is ice and, so rocks. Let's say an icy lake as well. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, pretty much what Merca versus Blaze's battle was. So at least they actually have a proper arena, unlike Rock versus Merca. That was the first battle, round 3. If Silver loses, there will be only Torpix left in Series 9. And if Serpio loses, Series 11 will be completely gone from this tournament. So, no pressure for Serpio, but I think this is going to be a good battle. The wolf versus the snake-ish thing. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. I have a rough idea of how it's going to go. And I think one's going to win due to a certain ability that one has. And one doesn't. So, yeah, okay. Okay, so let's get into this battle. As both beasts exit from the chambers, Silver going through the front door, Serpio going through the sky door, showing off his wings. Serpio flies up and sees Silver straight away after close examination, because it is an icy landscape. He sees Silver. Silver straight away sees Serpio because the ice reflects off the sun that's beaming down. So, yeah. Serpio roars, so does and Silver howls. They both, Silver charges towards Serpio, not knowing how, I don't even know how he's going to get up there, but okay. And Serpio releases an ice beam from his eye and tail, going straight towards Silver. It doesn't really do anything to him. He soars down, getting closer, but out of range for Silver. Silver jumps up towards Serpio, just barely missing. And as soon as Silver lands, Serpio shoots an ice beam again from his tail and eye, going for each of his front paws. And it's long enough for the paws to actually be frozen in place. Serpio roars in accomplishment, soars down, and using his one of his wings, just scratching the back of Silver, deep enough to cause his white fur to start turning a shade of red. Silver howls in pain and jumps back on and pulls with his hind legs hard enough to actually break the ice, causing him sound of his hind legs. Bumps back down, just in time for Serpio to come back in for another bite, for another gash, but Silver dodges it and bites onto Serpio's tail, pulling as hard as he can while Serpio's trying to pull the other way. Serpio is feeling the pain of the very sharp teeth chipping into the ice of his tail. Serpio gets the idea to shoot ice directly into Silver's mouth, which causes Silver to loosen his grip, but refusing to give Serpio back his tail. Serpio turns his head around and shoots an ice beam directly at Silver's face, causing him to feel pain and start freezing. To avoid freezing, what Silver does is he uses his front claws to just slash at himself, not fatally, just to break the ice, and he lets go of Serpio's tail, leaving a bite mark in it, just to avoid getting frozen in place. Serpio turns round and swoops down towards Silver, and going in for ice, shooting an ice beam from his eye, not his tail, just his eye, going straight for the side of Silver, causing him to go slow in pace whilst he's trying to move. And Serpio is moving closer whilst he's shooting an ice beam. Silver keeps trying to wriggle free of that ice and keeps breaking it, but as soon as that's broken, he's frozen in another one, breaks out to that, throws down to that one, breaks into that. Eventually Serpio gets close to Silver, where he's flying over Silver. He wraps his tail around the underside of Silver and has his tail meet up to his chest area, which is on top of Silver. He roars and flies straight up into the sky, with Silver hoisted by the belly. Silver trying to fight back, using his claws to scratch at the part of Serpio that's under Silver. Serpio is roaring in pain but fighting through it. When Serpio sees himself at a high enough point, he does, with the best of his ability, does a cartwheel and flings Silver back down to the ground. But Silver's not letting go. Silver's dug his claws deep enough into Serpio's underside, where all he does is slide down Serpio, going into the tail, digging deep there into Serpio's tail. Serpio's roaring in pain and agony at the moment. Silver bites down into Serpio's tail, trying to work his way up. Serpio, realising trying to shake off Silver but not working, he realised he has to do an Aaron Ralston. He bends his head down to just above Silver, to his tail. He braces for impact and bites very deeply into his tail, and then snaps it clean off, breaking his own tail, causing the tail to start plummeting to the ground. Silver releases his grip on the tail and runs to the top of it and jumps up as high as he could to try and reach Serpio. Serpio, expecting this, does a corkscrew twist as quick as he could, hitting Silver directly in the face with his wing, causing Silver to plummet to the ground. He shoots an ice beam from his eye, going into Silver, forcing him down even more, and Silver crashes into the arena, going straight through the ice into the frozen lake. After what seems like a couple of minutes, Silver makes his way out, breaking through the ice, coming onto the land. Not shaking at all, just seems to be unaffected. So the water actually broke his fall. All that happened was that he just broke through the ice. Serpio then, without giving time for Silver to regain himself, Serpio soars downwards towards Silver, and shooting an ice beam directly for all of Silver's paws, freezing them directly in place. Silver, now having full consciousness on himself, knowing where he is, can't shake himself free, and Serpio comes down, puts his starts soaring down. Oh God, I can't really explain this. Starts soaring down towards Silver, making sure that every time he breaks free of one of the ice things, he just freezes up straight away again. And he comes down and slithers up to Silver, and full on headbutt Silver in the side, charging up to Silver, headbutts him in the side, causing him to fall over, breaking the ice off Silver actually, and then going to bite down on Silver's neck and just finish it there. However, Silver, being agile, gets up quickly and charges away from that, causing Serpio just bite into the ground, where he lets go, where he just picks his head back up, turns around to Silver's direction just to see Silver coming straight towards him, slashing with his claws. Serpio turns around just in time, but Silver slashes his claws directly into one of Serpio's wings, breaking one of the wings. Serpio twists around just as quickly and hits Silver again with his remaining wing, and Silver just does a couple of backflips and digs his claws into the ground to stop himself from moving backwards, charges back upwards towards Serpio and slashes at his other wing, breaking it. And as soon as Silver lands, Serpio just uses his head to just hit Silver as hard as he could backwards, and Silver does the same thing again, digging his claws into the ground before moving any further backwards, and he charges towards Serpio again to slash at his head, just to get rid of that, just to blind him. Serpio, knowing this, just shoots an ice beam as powerful as he could directly towards Silver. Silver seeming to be unfazed from this, charges right up to him, jumps up, and is going to do a downward slash directly on Serpio's eye. Serpio, seeing this, dodges it as quick as he could with his head, just so it didn't go for his eye. But Silver does slash Serpio's chest, breaking the ice because that part of his ice is very fragile, and Silver sees what he has to go for, Serpio's heart. Serpio, realising this, he has to protect his heart as much as he could, being as injured as he is, and Silver somehow being pretty injured but not as injured. Silver charges up. Serpio realises he's going to have to do a tactical retreat, and so Serpio just slithers off, retreating as much as he can, while Silver's gradually gaining on him. And as Silver pounces up again to pin Serpio to the ground, Serpio just dives to the right a bit to cause Silver to just go into the ground again. Serpio gets another idea and retreats back towards the lake. Silver, charging up behind him again, jumps up, ready to pin Serpio down, and Serpio dives to the left this time, while Silver lands to the ground and rolls back into the lake. And what Serpio does now is he shoots an ice beam from his eye, as powerful as he can, freezing the lake over, while Silver's trying to pound his way out. He breaks parts of the ice, freezes it again, keeps doing that, and eventually it starts getting slower and slower, and eventually Silver is able to break out and get out fast enough for Serpio to not be able to freeze the ice in time. Silver, very weakened from the trying to catch his breath, because dogs can't breathe underwater. Catching his breath, regaining himself, Serpio slithers up to Silver and bites him directly on the neck, and using what's left of his body, tries to wraps around Silver's muzzle and pulls as hard as he can to twist Silver's neck. It works, breaking Silver's neck, and Silver's body just crumbles to the floor. In defeat. Serpio, realising he's won but just barely, slithers back to his chamber, ready for the next battle. Now, I know some of you guys are going to disagree with me here, but Serpio's won, Silver has lost. And the reason why I said Serpio wins is because Serpio had not only the ice beams, which didn't really help at the start of the battle, but when Silver's wet in the frozen lake, it gets cold. His fur gets colder, making it easy to freeze. And to go along with the fact of the aerial advantage, I gave this fight as the best I could, and Silver could win some fights, but I see Serpio winning the majority. So that's why Serpio's won. If you have a reason why Silver should have won, please in the comments below why you think that. Unfortunately, my word is final. And Lucas is going to be really pissed off at me. I will guarantee that. But anyway, that is all for this time. And if you liked what you saw or heard, leave a like, leave a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Press the notification bell down in the corner below. One more quick reason why Silver has lost is that normally wolves, any kind of wolves, normally go for animals which are not predators or smaller than them. And Serpio being larger than Silver, he was already at a disadvantage to begin with, and that's another reason why he lost. Anyway, join me for the next Beast Quest battle, where we'll have Crestor, the Crushing Terror, versus Lustor, the Acid Dart. Acids spurting beasts. And with them both being immune to acid, it's just a battle of strength. Anyway, I've been Adam Ferns. This has been Battle of the Beast number 60, and I'll see you next time.